located on the northern coast of Tuilewa and is one of Fiji's sugarcane growing areas. The district suffered widespread devastation from Category 5 Cyclone Winston in February 2016. As a result, Fiji Sugar Corporation's Penang mill in Rakiraki sustained severe damages, leaving many mill workers without employment and a source of income. The European Union and the Australian government responded quickly to build the capacities of these displaced workers to help them gain alternative employment opportunities to sustain their livelihoods. This was done through a joint initiative called the Training Support to the Fijian Sugarcane Industry Project that provided training delivered by the Australia Pacific Technical College. We follow the journeys of 3 displaced mill workers, Joji Miller, Petero Tuilewa and Leone Vosailagi, and how their lives were transformed through the APTC training. In their search to rebuild their lives, Joji, Petero and Leone took the opportunity to train in construction. They were part of a group of 33 students that undertook APTC's Certificate 2 in construction in July 2016. Learning a new trade was challenging at first, not only for these 3 students, but also for their trainer, Paka Wakani Vonoloa.
It's quite challenging in many ways, especially when you're trying to upskill students that don't have any knowledge or skills in carpentry. It took a bit of time for them to understand, but they managed to have the assessment done.
But for Joji, Petero and Leone, this was the first step in starting all over again and taking on a new career.
After this program, I'll be a carpenter. And I'll receive a certificate for Set 2 certificate, or maybe go up to Set 3.
My goal is to go through this course and come out from poverty, and for me to do my best at my workplace.
Yeah, there's a lot of skills that I learned during the few months that I was in this training, especially building a house that would be a good standard for every cyclone that might hit our country again.
As part of their training, the students built 40 cyclone-resilient core shelters for families that had lost everything due to TC Winston. The shelters were built in accordance with the Fiji National Building Code. This was done in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity Fiji.
The partnership with Habitat was really a heaven sent in some ways, because what it allowed us to do was bring all the students into one basic environment and then build the houses.
After successfully completing the Certificate 2 in construction program, students moved on to do a 6-month work placement to attain a necessary industry experience. Having a solid foundation of skills and knowledge gained from the Certificate 2 in construction program, Joji, Petero and Leone were quick to impress their employers. Joji and Petero did their on-the-job practical at Pacific General Builders, while Leone was with Cope Constructions.
It's good. They came and what they don't know, they ask. They got experience, but they come some different environment, different workplace. They listen to me. When I go, then I can't understand. They like go and ask my foreman what I have tell them.
As a project supervisor, I look forward for employees which can do their work in less supervision. From the starting, I have seen in Leone that he is capable and he's showing up things that he can do it. It's always that has the positive intention. So it's a good thing.
All 3 of them had put to use the skills and knowledge that they learned in the Certificate 2 in construction program.
Measuring, leveling, which is calculating cement, how much cement we have to fill for the floor and beam. Certificate 2, we learned how to build a roof and learn how to interpret the plan.
From my APTC training, something that really helped me throughout the 6 months was the leveling, spirit levels. Those are some things that I've come in, put it out in this work placement, and from measurements, like using measuring tips, future plans to achieve Certificate 3 and go and apply for a job. I hope that certificate 3 will help me find a permanent job. Like reason is working with FSC, always work for seasonal, just in crushing time. But for this certificate, I'm hoping that it will give me a better job.
Especially with to OHS in working. And most of my skills that I learned in the certificate 2, I'm really doing it here.
Joji, Petero and Leone were successful in going on to study the Certificate 3 in carpentry. They are expected to graduate by the end of this year.
Okay, the certificate 2, it's just we learned about OHS and how to interpret plan. But this one is different. We actually read the plan and doing the plan. The certificate 2 in construction course gives me the foundation to be a carpenter. And the certificate 3 in the carpenter course gives me the in-depth knowledge. The support of FEC throughout the program is excellent. The trainers were always there to help us. After completing certificate 3 in carpentry, I look for a better paying job. And then eventually I'll migrate overseas.
So with the certificate 2 and certificate 3 with me, I hope it will help me a lot to find a good place to work and a good job with a good company, so that it can help me with my financial, and most importantly is to improve or help me with my skills of carpentry. For us, the workers at FEC are fortunate to be part of this program, and from that I've managed to come and learn what is carpentry. And I want to thank the APTC for providing the training and the trainers throughout the whole program from certificate 2 till certificate 3.
My expectation is just to build safer homes for people back in my community. First, I was expecting to get into a qualification and then maybe try working overseas, and then so gain more knowledge and experience from there, and bring it over to the country and then run my own company.
Today, Joji, Petero and Leone are 3 of the many individuals who have attained Australian qualifications from APTC as part of the training support to the Fijian Sugarcane Industry Project, which has trained over 1,600 people in Fiji's sugarcane industry.